Gold and silver a little bit down today, but nothing to fear. We've got some support levels to look at. We'll do some gold and silver live price analysis for all my wonderful gold and silver stackers. We'll take a look at Bitcoin as well. I'll also be focusing a little bit in the second half of the show on a crypto called HBAR, Hedera hash graph. We'll take a first look at that as well. And we'll do all the usual fun stuff we do here. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, really that's the best thing you want to do. If you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, going live out on X and on YouTube right now. It is Friday the 13th. Oh, it's Friday the 13th of December 2024. Yes, we're here in the future in Melbourne, Australia. And in the first 1 minute or so of the show, we do the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage, and it's the thing that brings everyone together. So we slurp it audibly. That's the rule. You must slurp it audibly. It is the honor system. Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Slurp it, baby. Oh, great to see so many people once again coming to you live from Melbourne in Australia. It's one of those typical Melbourne days, overcast, then the sun comes out, then it screws with my lighting every single time. Great to see so many people. What we'll do here is we do the usual shout outs and all that sort of stuff. Of course, the show brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. I really want you to, and I'll just share something a little interesting. I also got a great testimonial to read out for you. Someone sent me an email about Perth Bullion Exchange. I want to read that out at some point as well. Follow me on X, okay? Please do that. 2,875 followers as of right now. I recently changed from an anonymous issue. You could have probably doxed me in about 5-10 minutes with a little bit of work on Google, but I changed to the personal kind of thing, real photo, real name, all that stuff. Changed up a few things. Account's doing really well. And just out of interest, this may mean nothing to anyone, but I just posted I did a quote tweet. Joshua Lysek is probably the world's greatest ghost writer. Okay. And he's very prevalent on X as well. And I just retweeted something that he tweeted out. He posted out just recently. And, does anyone know who Jack Posobiec is? Well, Joshua Lysek, he reposted it, and then just Jack Posobiec, good old Pozo, he reposted it. So it's had like nearly 50,000 views in the last half an hour or something. So that's pretty cool. So head over to x.com if you don't know who the hell Pozo is, and Jack, it doesn't matter, who cares? But that's kind of cool for me. So head over there and let's do some shout outs, people. Let's get it going. Let's say hello to all my GMS family. Jessica Kai. I don't think I've seen you on the show before, Jessica Kai. It's great to see you. God damn, seriously. It's just going to do it to me all day. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Good to see everyone here. GMS says, Jessica, great. Pete Repeat is back. Good to see you, bro. GMS. Hi, everyone. Hope you've had a great week. Busy. At work today, we'll catch the replay. Have a great weekend. No problems, man. Will do. Lance is back, and every time Lance is on the show, what Lance does, yeah, we'll fix that. Every time Lance is on the show, he introduces himself with some kind of different language for good morning. And this is Calamira. Calamira? Oh, man, I don't know. Is it some kind of like, maybe it's a Nordic thing. I don't know. That one I can't guess. You'll have to tell me. And GMS, Yol, John Popple, GMS, Neil, Han Dynasty is back as well. And his calling card is Buy Silver, Platinum, and Crystallized Osmium. Still got to know what about this Crystallized Osmium. Please send me an email, mate. You got to. Got to know more about it. Knackers O'Reilly, GMS. It's so good to see everyone on the channel. While I wait, no, I won't wait. I'll just let you guys get in. I'll start off with gold and silver and all of that. Yeah, close-ish. Lance, close-ish. Greek. I should have realized. Calamira, the K should have given it away. Damn. I've got a Greek friend as well. I should have realized that. And Peter Axiom is here too. Pete, good to see you. Hey, Pete. Say hello to Pete. Pete? Pete. The two Petes. Gold and silver, a little bit down, but that's okay. We'll take a look at their live prices right now. Let's share the screen and get onto it, people. Of course, follow me on x.com/Joe in general. Here is gold on the daily time frame priced in USD, 2,680 US dollars. We've had a rejection before the final hurdle of 2,735. What is that, I hear you ask? For all the new subscribers. And we have 960 something subscribers right now. It's just rocketing to 1,000. We will be doing a silver giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. But from this high and this low, you've got the my personal. What does it mean? What does that mean? Different for you, different for other people. 2,735. Final hurdle for new all-time highs coming soon. We're going to be making new all-time highs in gold. Absolutely no doubt in my mind over the next 5-6 years, roughly towards the end of this decade. Probably by towards the end of this decade, you're looking at, don't quote me on it, but you're probably looking at the high thousands in gold, okay? We're at sort of low thousands at the moment. We're talking high thousands, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 US dollar gold per ounce. That's coming, okay? We're just in a bit of a short-term retrace at the moment, but a final hurdle for new all-time highs coming imminently in days and weeks, not months and months or years down the track, is 2,735. You crack back above there, that's the indication for me that the buyers really are in control of the market, and you're going to see a new all-time high like really soon, in like probably a couple of weeks after that. Okay, very, very soon. We did not close above that final hurdle, and we found some resistance here at around about $2,720, roughly, give or take a few bucks. And it has been a rejection. The positive so far, though, it is still above the mother of all trend lines, which is the trend line that goes all the way back to 1980. It's the mother of all trend lines, the Mo Atoll. We're above that. Okay, so far so good. I have still, I went back to about a 50-50 chance that we will see lower prices from here. While we're above the mother of all trend lines, I go back to a 50-50. Okay, kind of fence sitting, skirting. That is what it is. While we're below the mother of all trend lines, if we click back below, if we go back below here, we start closing days and weeks and particularly months back down here, then I'm going to switch instantly back to 80% chance that we see lower prices from here. Out of interest, lower prices from here would be under this level here of 2,535. I think we'd be going to bare minimum, and I think I've got it drawn in here somewhere. There you go. 2,490, and we're down to 2,450. I'm just giving you this in case you're watching this for the very first time. We're not there yet, and it's a 50-50 chance that we get there at the moment, 50-50 that we break above. Now, as I said, if we break above 2,735, then that's like I will flip to 80-90% chance that we're just moving onwards and upwards from there, okay? But we haven't hit it, so we're just in this trading range. It's faking us out. It's doing the platinum. It's platinuming me, which means it's like Lucy in the football. It's getting me excited and then it fakes me out. We'll take a look at platinum in this first half of the show as well. So that's gold. Just need to remain above roughly 2,650 is your big major support level right there. And be aware of fake outs, okay? So I would say definitely no lower than about the $2,630 mark. That would really signal and down she goes. The further we go down, the more likely the best buy zone comes into play. That's anywhere between 2,250 to 2,150. At this stage, yeah, less than a 50% chance we're going to there. I would just warn you and keep it in the back of your mind. After you have a massive breakout from a huge resistant level at 2,080 US dollars, that was resistance for between July of 2020 and roughly, nearly 4 years, 2,080 US dollars, 2,100 US dollars roughly was a major resistance level. We've had a major breakout. A retest of anywhere down in here, it's actually par for course. It's very normal to have a retest of a breakout area. Okay, so don't be surprised if it goes down there. Again, less than a 50% chance at this stage. You start cracking below the mother of all trend lines, then we'll go, okay? But this might be a gift to you, and you should be dollar cost averaging. Anyway, let me get rid of this. Nope, let me go back to there. The fib retracement, let me get rid of that. The thing I have been wanting to caution you about is the dead cat bounce, the relief rally, okay, topping out here, potentially there, and then it says, oh, it's all over, guys, and then it fakes you out and heads back down. Just bear that in mind. I'm not saying that's happening 100%. We are above the mother of all trend lines, and that's good news so far. Cool? Cool. That is gold, and that'll be your final gold analysis for this week because it's Friday. Let's take a look at our old friend silver. I've been a silver investor since 2010, okay? I've been stacking silver since 2010. I've been stacking Satoshis, Bitcoin, etc., crypto since 2013. We'll do crypto in the second half of the show. Silver, back under $31, $30.90 US cents. Unfortunately, so far, that 32.50 level, final hurdle, I didn't even spell it correctly, final hurdle for new all-time high, for new highs coming soon in silver, that hasn't been broken. It's been a rejection so far. Oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move in the opposite direction. And we're below the final hurdle here, the other final hurdle of 31 US dollars. Okay, that's a big, big level from an old Fibonacci high and an old Fibonacci low. From the old highs of the 80s and the old lows of the 90s, you have a key Fibonacci level at 31 US dollars. In September, when we finally, for the first time in it was like 12 years or something, we finally closed any month above 31 US dollars. That just happened in September. Okay, that was a very positive sign for silver for the longer term. Okay, we finally did it. And then we made that high of nearly 35 US dollars per silver ounce. And then we've just had a bit of a retrace. Okay, that is still a key level for me. This is on the monthly time frame. Oh man, I don't like that big spike. And gee, where did we spike up to? Very close to that 32.50 level. If we close this month below 31, that's not good. I really preferably at least need to close above here, preferably above where it closed in September. And that's technically on this particular chart, technically at $31.14 US cents. Let's match or close above that level right there. That would signal, okay, looking positive, okay? You close anywhere down here, yeah, not so much, okay? That means it could tick over down into potentially the best buy zone of $28 to 26 US dollars for silver with the new line in the sand of $29.80 US cents. This is the weekly time frame. On the weekly, we've got 24 to 30, we've got about 36 hours left, I guess, until the close of business. It's maybe nearly 48 hours until we close the silver market for the week. You really don't want to close in the red, okay? It's a big spike. What do we say about big spikes in the upward direction? We don't like big spikes going that way because it says sellers are more in control of the market. The buyers tried and the sellers went, yeah, nah, not going to happen, bro. So closing here, that's a setup for lower prices. And of course, I've been saying for a while, if we ever get back to $29.80, that support, third time's probably a charm, and we break support. That means very likely we head down to 28 US dollars. Again, which might be a complete gift to you because you're looking to load up more. You haven't bought all the silver that you want. You're dollar cost averaging and you'd love to average down. Dollar cost averaging is the best way to do it. DCA is the way. So that could be really good news for you, okay? And we should always look at it as a positive. And over the long term, just for my new subscribers and just to give my regular subscribers just that bit of, rah, silver, pull out to the macro and let's have a look very quickly. We all know it and we all see it. So just for my newer subscribers who may be coming to us from the crypto world, for example, who have never been in precious metals, this is the longest, greatest cup and handle formation ever in recorded history as far as we can tell. A 44-year cup and the handle that is playing out. What do you think happens when it basically will? Unless something happens, unless the supply of silver increases, unless Elon finds a whole silver or gold stash, on an asteroid somewhere, if for some reason solar panel demand just tanks for some reason, okay, doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. Unless the demand for silver goes down, this is playing out, okay? What happens when this finally plays out? Could this be playing out, this year, next year, the year after, where I think next year is where we probably match the previous 2 all-time highs. That was your double top, and then we've had that handle move of the cup, okay? This is going to play out in basically 99% guarantee. I'm 99% sure we're in a bull market at the moment, okay? I'm actually 100% sure, that we're in a bull market ever since we closed that month in September above that $31 level. That was a key marker for me. We are moving higher, okay? It's just going to take a little bit longer. This is the quarterly chart. Each candle is 3 months, okay? Silver is the longer game. You've been in crypto for a long time. You know that a 500% move in a day is like, oh, yeah, whatever. So understand you're getting into precious metals because it's been money for thousands of years, and this is what you will want to be in when you get out of your crypto, because you have to, because it's a huge cycle, right? Look at this. And just for my silver holders, look at the long-term roadmap. This is going higher and higher and higher over the next 5, 10, 20 years. This is generational wealth, okay? Look at that cup. All right, look at the distance between there and there. We've got it. I've done this before, and I'll quickly show you. The distance between there and there is about 1200%. And then let's match that with the top of the handle right there. You're talking your $600 silver mark. Okay, that would play out. That would fully play out the huge 44-year cup and handle. I'm not giving you any kind of time frame for that, okay? But that would fully play it out. That's a huge gain, okay? So just look at the bigger picture when you see that silver is down a bit. Don't be depressed. We are going higher in the not too distant future, okay? So this is just a little blip along the way. And hey, if it gets down to the best buy zone of $28 to $26, okay, that's a very solid support level, $26. You get down there, gobble, 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 in my humble non-financial advice opinion. What I'm hoping it does is it coincides with the peak of the bull market in crypto, which looks like it's playing out at the moment. I will be selling out of almost all of my crypto, and if we get down in here, $26, even a spike down, I am gobbling all that beautiful physical silver up, okay, to play the capital rotation, which is happening over the next 5-10 years roughly, from precious metals into the stock market, and I will be then snapping up very cheap stocks as well. We'll talk about those kind of individual ones later on. That was a bit of a ramble, but what I'm trying to say is don't stress that the price is going down a bit, okay? Just dollar cost average. It's looking really good for gold and silver over the next 5-10 years and beyond, okay? We're just a little blip along the way. Consider all of these dips an absolute gift, okay? That is silver. Let's take a look at platinum. What I say for gold and silver, I got to say for platinum as well. A rising tide will raise all ships. Platinum will probably go up as well, but it is in a bit of a downtrend at the moment. I am expecting we're at $930 per platinum ounce. I did sell my 1 ounce of platinum, as I did tell you guys. I put that more in some crypto. We'll talk about crypto in a little bit later on. I'm just playing that thing for the moment. But I do see a further downward move in platinum, as I've been saying over the last couple of weeks, at least since we broke back down through this trend line right there. Watch out for a support level at 920. I'm more inclined to think we head back down to the best buy zone. That is anywhere between 900, anywhere down to 750, probably not down there, but watch out for some roadblocks along, some support levels along the way, 870 or 840. Not saying it's 100% going there, I'm just saying watch out for those levels as key areas of support there and there. Can you see it? Get it? Got it? Good. But we're heading down further in platinum. That's what's happening. I will not be excited for platinum at all until we get back at least into the post or after 960, $970. Then I'll be cautiously excited, but I'll be very cautious. I'll start getting excited for platinum when we break roughly $1,000 US. Over 1,000, I'm getting excited for platinum. Until we're there, I'm just down in platinum. She goes. That is platinum. Gold to silver ratio. Ooh, Mama Cass. All right. Look at the gold to silver ratio. Very much in gold's favor at the moment. Okay, so we're back above this uptrend line. Anytime we're above this, and I'll put that there. Any time we're above these two trend lines, we're above that. We're above the uptrend line. We're also above the downtrend line. That is saying it is much more gold's time in the sun. What completely convinces me that gold will continue a massive bull run versus silver. Again, gold and silver could be both be going down in fiat dollar price. It's just silver could be going down further. That's why you'll see the gold to silver ratio rise. But again, gold and silver could be having a massive bull run. It's just that gold is going up quicker. Okay. When we get to here on the gold to silver ratio, if you start seeing the following, that bounce, that gold is going to really continue for a long time, for a decent amount of time. Okay, gold's final hurdle right there. Okay, that would really say gold is continuing to outperform silver over probably number of months to go after that. As this is going higher, should you then be going, oh well, then I should just be buying gold? No, as this is going higher, you actually buy silver, because the normal range, and I've talked about this before, the new normal range for the gold to silver ratio is somewhere between, I know this is very detailed and I apologize, somewhere between 90 and 70 is your normal range. So that line and that line is your new normal, okay? So when you get above 90, you are getting into the outlying positions, right? You have some peaks every now and then, okay? But look at this, the normal range is much, much lower. There's only been one period of time where you've gone out of the normal 90 range and up to about 125. You start breaking out above there, it's actually better to be buying silver, because what will happen eventually, it will tick over. Okay, so if you're dollar cost averaging into silver, you get to a certain peak and then it starts crashing back down, which I think it will eventually do. It's a ratio, so the ratio goes up and down, of course. And I think eventually silver will outtake gold. It just could be gold that's taking a bit of a time in the sun. Okay, what we need to see for silver is we need to see it cross below 80.5. Below here confirms long-term silver dominance. We're not there at the moment, are we? We are absolutely rocketing for gold. Okay, does that mean, as I said, you should be swapping all your silver for gold right now because you think it's going to continue? I wouldn't do that. If you're a silver person, just continue to buy silver as it's going higher. At some point, it will tick over. Okay, and don't forget, you don't need to time it perfectly. You don't need to make the perfect amount. Okay, if both gold and silver are going up in fiat dollar terms at the same time, that's okay. Maybe it's just not going up as fast, but you're still increasing your relative wealth. Okay, you're also maintaining your purchasing power when you buy precious metals. That's the gold to silver ratio. Quickly, the AUD USD. I talked about that yesterday. It's currently tanking and it's at a support level, and that's all I'll say. There's much more room to move down. Room to move down to that 60-cent level. That's good for gold and silver holders and holders of anything denominated in US dollars. If you're getting paid in US dollars, you want to see the AUD tank against the USD. If you invest in Bitcoin or any asset that's denominated usually in USD, you want to see that tank because that's better for your AUD holdings. Get it? Got it? Good. Yeah. Let's do the mid-session shout-outs. Tony Pearson. Oh, I'm so glad to see you, Tony. All right, I've got to talk about Tony for a moment. Let's see. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Sound like the guy from... I sound like the Joker. Tony Pearson says GMS. Give me 1 second, people. Now, let me check something. Let's do a little mid-session synchronous slurp for Tony. And I'm trying to fix this damn lighting and it's just not going to let me, is it? You son of a bitch. So Tony has been having a couple of issues with her cat. Apparently you've seen the boxes and everything. Now you're seeing behind the curtain. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Ignore the boxes in the corner. Tony's been having some issues with her cat. She actually put some silver up for sale, didn't you, Tony, for some surgery for your wonderful cat. And I'm just wondering if there's any way that we can help you. Let us know. So did you sell that silver, Tony? Do you need some help with that? Do you need some help with paying the bills? This is what we're here for. Okay, so I want you to tell me, Tony, and you can reach out privately if you want. How are you going with that? Do you need some help from the GMS family? And we'd be more than willing to help you. Whether that's setting up a quick little GoFundMe, something like that, sending a bit of silver your way, you let us know and we'll get it done. Okay, because you're Chat Mum and we love you. So if there's any way that we can support you in paying the bills for your cat's surgery, let us know. Now, if you've already got it handled and you're like, nah, it's all good, I've got it sorted, I just have to sell a bit of silver, that's fine. But we want to help you wherever we can. So let me know how I can help, and let us know how GMS family can help, because that's what we're all about. Price action in metals, very meh. Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's a bit meh, but it's a good kind of meh, because you're getting the chance to load up more, again, for that longer period of where we're going through that massive cup and handle formation. Jai Delaney, great to see you, Jai. I don't think I've seen you on the live show before, so welcome, morning all. Living Animan says, I'll be listening in and might come back to the chat later. Yeah, no problems, man. Let's see. It's your daughter's fur baby. Okay, so it's your daughter's cat. Okay, if there's any way we can help, just let us know. The ball joint in her hip is being replaced. Ooh, that's annoying. Just goes to show what a wonderful community we have here on Exactly Right. And why, and this is the thing, Tony, correct. And why having precious metals is so important for when you need cash fast. Exactly. As I've said to thousands of clients now that I've served over my time working in the bullion industry here in Australia, Goldstackers, Bullion Now, Ainslie Bullion, although I didn't serve customers with Ainslie Bullion, I was pure social media. And I was with Bullion Now, I was social media, and I served some customers as well. One of the very first things I always said to them is, if nothing else, gold and silver are great savings tools because they put a layer of friction between you and your wealth, because you have to physically go, okay, I saw that. I've done this analogy before. You're in Aldi, you see the $500 television, it's brand and shiny new, and you go, heard that, a new TV. My TV's like 8, 10 years, 12 years old. I could probably do with a new TV. It's only $500. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, no, I'd probably have to sell a bit of silver on the Goldstackers Australia. I'd probably have to take a bit of my silver down to the local bullion dealer. And so I'm going to have to get on a train or get in my car. There's something physical that you need to do. You can't just tap your card. Okay, so it is a great savings tool. Stops you from frivolous spending, but when you need it, when you want to buy a new car, when you have unexpected bills, you can get out fast. You can go to a bullion dealer, or you can sell it on a forum or something and get quick cash. Quick cash quickly, cash quickly. That's why we love precious metals, just for that only one reason. That's one great reason. There's many others. Hope and pray the operation goes well. Yes. Thanks so much, Joe. The community rallied around super fast. That is fantastic. Super expensive, yeah. I do agree. Jason, Luna had her x-ray yesterday. The vet said 6 months she'll be right as well. No, that's excellent. Fantastic to see. Joe, can you please explain DCA? Yes, dollar cost averaging. All that means is, Jai, is that instead of, and this is really the best way, and pretty much every stacker of almost anything, unless you're a day trader, unless you're a real swing trader or a trader, says dollar cost average. So just means you're buying in regular intervals regardless of what the price is. To give you an example, you buy silver, you buy Bitcoin, you buy gold, you buy whatever asset you want, you buy Tesla, you buy stocks, whatever it is, every time you get a paycheck, right? So every 2 weeks, however you're getting paid, you take a certain percentage of your paycheck and go, I'm just buying that today, okay? Regardless of whether it's up here or had a dip. And what you're doing is you're averaging your price in over time. So it's having a bit of a dip over a few months. That's okay. You're just averaging your price low, your dollar cost averaging. So averaging your price in, basically. And, if it starts having a few months where it's going up and up and up, and you're like, it's a little bit high at the moment. Nope, you just keep buying every single regular interval, every paycheck, once a month, whatever that works out for you. Okay, that's dollar cost averaging. And then over the long term, you see that it pays off. If you're confident in your particular asset going up in the long term. To give you an example, I don't do it at the moment, but I have a phone app which can do a daily buy of Bitcoin. So it's just a recurring buy. I was doing that for a while. I was putting like $10 or $20 in per day. And it was just set and forget. And this was a few years ago. It was just set and forget, 10, 20 bucks a day, something like that. And then in like a year, like 6 months time, something like that, I went, oh yeah, I've got that app. It was called I think it was the Amber app. Oh yeah, sure, I got that Amber app. I checked my thing. I'm like, oh man, because we were in a bit of a bull run with the Bitcoin back then. I was like, I completely forgot about it at some point. It's like, oh, that was a nice, happy surprise. That's the power of dollar cost averaging as well, particularly if you can do something with a recurring buy, so it's set and forget. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, so that's DCA. Okay, let's quickly, of course, and I'll get to more of your questions, etc. We've got some other things to talk about. Perth Bullion Exchange, though, perthbullion.com.au. If you're not buying from Perth Bullion Exchange, the greatest bullion dealer in all of Australia. That's a big call, isn't it? Particularly seeing as though I worked for a couple of the best bullion dealers in Australia. Of course, they were always the best bullion dealers in Australia when I worked for them. Yeah, I've had some really good experiences at certain bullion dealers. And Perth Bullion Exchange is the best in the business at the moment. They're doing everything that I would do if I was starting my own bullion dealership. I've worked in the industry for 11 years. They're doing everything, including being the only bullion dealer that gives you free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. How much is that amount? It's not a dollar amount, it's a quantity amount. You have 20 or more items in your order, 20 of one thing or a mix and match of a whole bunch of other things. As long as there's 20 or more items in your order, instant free shipping Australia-wide, express, sign-on delivery, insured, all that stuff. Okay, so if you want 20 half-ounce snakes, instant free shipping. You want 2 of those, 3 of those, a couple of those, a little bit of gold, 20 or more items, instant free shipping. No other bullion dealer in Australia has probably, I bet you, no bullion dealer in Australia has ever even sat down to crunch the numbers on it, because they've probably it's not even on their radar. And when they've heard, and Perth Bullion Exchange have been around now since the start of May this year, brand new company. I helped, sort of fashion the launch and all that. I've worked with them with the launch and everything. Now that they know that one company is doing it, I can guarantee you they've at least gone, oh, could we do it too? And now they may have dismissed and gone, no, there's no way that Perth Bullion Exchange are going to be making money. They're going to be out of business in a year, easy, right? I give them 6 months tops. I know, actually, I know of at least one higher up person in a particular bullion dealer who would probably have the thought process going, nah, that's crazy. They're not doing that for real. There's something in there. They're stinging you in the back end somehow. They can't possibly do that. They're going to go out of business in 6 months. I know someone who thinks like that, even though I can't read minds, but I kind of knew a bit. I think that's the wrong. Even though I'm arguing against something that someone didn't actually say out loud, and I'm just reading their mind, it is doable because Perth Bullion Exchange are doing it. Okay, and I think a lot of other bullion businesses, new bullion businesses in particular, will be starting to compete against Perth Bullion Exchange. They'll be offering free shipping, but for now, they're the only company that is doing it. Get it, got it, good. And Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. If you like unallocated gold programs, wealthstack.com is the place to be at. Download it for Android or iPhone. If you're not into unallocated gold programs, which happen to be backed one-to-one with real physical metal, okay, it's the real thing. It's the real deal. You own it under your name. It's just that you're not holding it in your physical possession, but you don't pay storage fees. You don't pay transfer fees, all that good stuff. Okay, it's great. If that's not for you, that's fine. Send this to your normie friends and family who've been trying to wake up to get into precious metals, but they don't want to be stackers like you. They don't want to be one of you crazy people like you and me. Okay, we're coin collectors. Okay, give them the gateway drug of Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Yeah, cool. That's them, baby. Final shout-outs, and then not final shout-outs, but interim shout-outs, and then we'll talk about the next stuff we've got to talk about. $850, struggling to pay over 50. Oh, what are we talking about, Jason Rosana? Okay. I bought my first 1 kilo bar during COVID for $850. Dollars, yeah. Now, yeah, was that Australian dollars? Struggling to pay, yeah, it is Australian dollars. Struggling to pay over 1,500 a bar now. It hurts, doesn't it? Whenever you see that, you go, oh my God, I was buying silver back when it was X per ounce, and now it's X per ounce, right? We're at basically in Australian dollars, just for the international subscribers, we're at basic all-time highs, rough all-time highs now, okay? We actually made a new all-time high in silver just a couple of months ago. It hit over 50 Australian dollars, about 52 Australian dollars. That was a new all-time high for silver in Australian dollars, okay? So we're hovering around those all-time highs now. Again, that's because of the Australian dollar weakening against the US dollar, okay? And so, yeah, I get that. It's like, silver's over $1,500 a kilo. Ugh. But we know where it's going in the longer term, yeah? Let's see. Smart move on Perth Bullion Exchange's part. Postage equals, is that what they've done? Postage equals cost 1% of sale. Oh, is it? Is that what it is? It's 1% of the thing of the sale? I didn't realize that. Okay, I don't know what their algorithm was on the back end there. Let's see. Jai says about that, thanks, Heat, mate. That's what I do. Well, most weeks anyway, in terms of dollar cost averaging. Mate, it's the best way to go, in my humble opinion. Let's talk about Bitcoin, and we're also going to talk about HBAR as well. We do some quick crypto analysis. Why do I do crypto? Why have I added crypto? Why? Because we stack silver, we stack Satoshis, we stack skills as well here. I'm bringing the two worlds together. A lot of you lovely, wonderful stackers are also in crypto as well. Some crypto people don't love gold, and some gold people don't love crypto. That's okay. This is the marrying of the two. This is the place to be for all kinds of stackers. So adding Bitcoin, in particular, Bitcoin and crypto right now to the current rotation of live prices that we look at, because crypto is in a bull run at the moment, and you want to stay abreast, as they say. So let's take a look at Bitcoin on the Bitstamp price, and then we're going to be talking about HBAR. This is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Let me pop you down to the daily. Daily, 1,370 US dollars per one Bitcoin. Okay, we are still finding resistance at around about this purple uptrend line. I won't bore you with all the details. It happens to be it's the bottom end of a major trend channel, a parallel trend channel. I'm not going to go to the macro and show you, just take my word for it. If you've been watching me for if you've been watching me for a while, you've seen this already. Cool. We're still butting up against it. It's still acting as resistance. Until we clear there, we're just in a trading range. The more time, I must say, the more time we spend under here, it means that this is kind of curving over, and the more likely we are to see a larger dip. Okay, so we want to see this close above roughly 104,000 US dollars. Pretty quick, smart, please. That's what I really need to see it do. We need to see it close above and hold above. We need to see this kind of thing and start to do that, right? That kind of thing. And then onwards and upwards we go. I need to see that pretty soon. The longer we do it, the longer we don't do it, the more it is likely that it's a rolling over, okay? It's the steam is running out, and then we tick back over. Now, if we tick back over, if we have a bit of a dip, that's okay, because we had a massive run in Bitcoin since we broke the $74,000 mark, okay? So I'll move back down to 85, no problem at all. It's around about the halfway point between there and there, okay? Halfway down, great, and then onwards and upwards we go. I could easily see something like that happening, okay? And as I've said before, you don't want to close anywhere below about here. You close here at close below 75,000. Then we're talking some lower prices coming. Okay, yeah, that's it for Bitcoin. That's really all you need to know. How's everything else going with the cryptos? Let me show you the altcoins. Then we'll talk about HBAR. How's my other altcoins going? Other stuff that people are in. Let's see, Gala, for example, has had that nice breakout and then that dip. I bought more here on the breakout and retest. So I bought on the retest. This could be the dead cat bounce, right? This could be there, relief rally, and back down below. As long as we don't break 2.5 cents on Gala, then that's okay. That would be a change of market structure and then probably bear market territory. We are still moving down on the relative strength index on the daily time frame, although what I was positive for was the fact that we went into extremely undervalued on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so I'm still looking. For me, I'm still positive for crypto and positive for the altcoins, particularly just while we're at these current levels. Okay, nothing's telling me we're absolutely kicking back down and we're going to have the crypto bull market is not done yet. That's what I'm trying to say in general, and if that changes, I will let you know. That is Gala, for example. What else? Yeah, just think everything's just a little bit down today. Everything's having a little bit of a peak. That's the graph that I'm in. We're talking Ondo. Ondo's having a little bit of a peak, for example. That's a real world asset that you would want to be looking at. Pepe, I'm not in Pepe at the moment, but it did have a little bit of an all-time high right there. Looks like it might be taking a bit of a break at the moment. We've been extremely overvalued. On the daily time frame on Pepe, for example, we need to maintain this. That needs to hold. You break that, we're probably heading down further. Okay. Render, I'm also big in Render at the moment. Yeah, extremely overvalued. Just watch out for that. And RSR also has been extremely overvalued on the daily time frame. That's when it pumped 200% in a day because of that news about the SEC chairman, the new SEC chairman, or the new nominated chairman, Paul Atkins, being a previous legal advisor to Reserve Protocol RSR. So it pumped very, very quickly. Okay. Sol, what's Sol doing? Yeah, similar thing. You've had a high. It's been in a trading range. Gee, what do you know? A Fibonacci. It has found resistance at a Fibonacci line and found support at a Fibonacci line. Funny that. If you're in Sui's had a recent all-time high. It's looking actually quite positive versus the other ones. Okay, so that's good. And XRP, for my XRP people, for my precious metals stackers who are in crypto, you're most likely to be in XRP or XLM, one of those two, for the whole crossover reasons. Okay. We are still trending down, and we're trending down on the relative strength index as well. There's room to move down on XRP. So we're looking a little bit, not toppy, not long-term toppy, but a little bit interim toppy here on the cryptos. They just need to hold certain levels over the next couple of days. Apparently the seasonality is, pre-Christmas lull, then around about Christmas time, and then onwards into January, February, and March. It's just go time in the upwards direction for the cryptos. I don't see why it wouldn't play out like that. It's most likely, okay? Maybe just a little bit more of an extra dip to scare people out of their positions. And Ethereum, for example, yeah, we just made a interim little matching high there of that $4,000, $4,100 US level. I don't think it ticks down from here. I think we probably continue up over the longer term. And by the way, my target, as I've been saying, and I'm going to move this here. I'm going to move this from October. I'm going to move it to March. I'm going to say the start of April. Let me go right there. You can move to anywhere up to, and it's probably not looking that, April, June, May, April, so the end of Q1. Anywhere up to, I was going to say the top end of the reasonable areas were $15,000. It's probably looking around about your $10,000 at this stage. Between $10,000 to $15,000 is probably going to be your topping area for Ethereum, assuming that we do go higher from here, which I am pretty certain that we do. That's the sort of general crypto roundup and Bitcoin. And now we're going to take a look at good old HBAR. Let's take a quick look, people. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to set that up and give you a little bit of a time code because I am going to use this as a separate excerpt on YouTube and on X. Let's take a look at HBAR, Hedera hash graph. I'm taking my real kind of proper first look at it from a technical perspective. If you are a HBAR, Hedera hash graph holder, a fanboy, a long-term holder, good on you because you've done really well in the last. Particularly if you bought, have you been in it for the tech since back here? Well, you've maybe just recouped your costs. Did you buy anywhere down here? You're doing very well. It's gone up about 800% in the last few weeks and about the last month or so. That peak, yeah, around about 750, 800%. What I'm going to be doing today is taking a first look. I've known about HBAR, I've heard of it, the hash graph, all that kind of stuff. I've heard about it. I've never done a deep dive. What today you are not getting is a deep dive. I'm mostly going to purely look at it from a technical analysis perspective. I'm not going to go in a deep dive. So for all you wonderful Hedera HBAR holders, bear in mind all that. I'm going to do a brief overview, and if there's anything that you'd love to add that you think my viewers should know more about HBAR, why you think it could go even higher than the take profit targets that I'll be putting in, tell me why. And just be polite about it. Like, hey, I like the analysis, but did you think about X, Y, and Z, or this other thing that's coming and all that? I'm just going to do the basic overview and then take a look mainly at the price. What am I going to use? Yes, I am going to use Grok because it's a good summarizer. Again, for all those people in HBAR, if this doesn't look right to you, just let me know politely in the comments or in the replies. But what is Hedera HBAR? And for my, for my wonderful gold and silver stackers, you will have noticed over time, if you've been following someone like Mike Maloney has been championing HBAR, the hash graph, for years. I remember seeing a YouTube video from Mike Maloney, who was like the godfather of precious metals, pretty much. He's been talking about HBAR for years and years and years, particularly when it first came out. He's very bullish on it. But let's take a look. What is Hedera HBAR? The general Grok overview, okay? Hedera HBAR is a public distributed ledger technology, DLT, that aims to provide a more efficient alternative to traditional blockchain systems for achieving consensus in a decentralized network. Here are some of the key aspects of Hedera Hashgraph. Again, for the wonderful holders of this, add your own context in the comments, etc. Hashgraph consensus algorithm. Unlike traditional blockchains that use proof of work or proof of stake, Hedera uses a unique consensus mechanism called Hashgraph. The algorithm is based on Gossip Protocol and virtual voting, which aims to provide faster, more secure and fair transactions with low latency, high throughput, and no need for mining. There you go, no need for mining. The token HBAR. HBAR is the native cryptocurrency of the Hedera network. It's used for paying transaction fees, participating in the governance of the network through staking, and can be used in smart contracts or as a currency for micro payments. HBAR has a fixed supply. Okay, so it's a fixed supply, just like Bitcoin, etc., which is intended to make it deflationary over time, like Bitcoin, as more tokens are used for network fees. Okay, governance. Hedera is governed by the Hedera Governing Council. You don't need to know too much about the governance side of things. Again, you put your own context in for you wonderful HBAR people who might be watching. Use cases. Hedera supports various applications, including smart contracts, tokenization, issuing digital assets or tokens on the network, tokenization of real-world assets. I think it's in the RWA space. Correct me if I'm wrong, HBAR people. File storage, secure, immutable storage of documents or data. That's cool. Decentralized applications, dApps, building applications that run on the network, leveraging its speed and low cost. Enterprise solutions, offering blockchain solutions for businesses needing secure, auditable transaction records. Okay, very smart idea. Hedera claims to offer high transaction throughput, thousands of transactions per second, and low transaction fees, making it suitable for applications needing scalability and speed. And from network security, the consensus mechanism and the structure of the governing council are designed to prevent common blockchain vulnerabilities like 51% attacks. I also, just for the fanboys, I asked Grok, what would fanboys of HBAR also add to the summary? Grok said fanboys of HBAR might highlight the following points to bolster their enthusiasm. Superior technology. They would stress that Hedera's Hashgraph algorithm is fundamentally different and superior to traditional blockchain technologies, again offering higher transaction speeds, lower cost, etc. Enterprise adoption. This is a big one. They point out the involvement of major corporations like Google, IBM, and Boeing in the Hedera Governing Council, suggesting that this level of enterprise engagement validates, it absolutely does, Hedera's technology for real-world applications. There you go, WA, especially in sectors like supply chain management, finance, and IoT, which stands for Internet of Things. Stability, network stability and growth. Enthusiasts would likely mention the network stability. Yeah, tokenomics. They'd argue that HBAR's tokenomics, including a capped supply at 50 billion, creates an environment for potential gross value. Staking mechanism for network security and rewards. So you can stake for rewards. That's also part of it. Fanboys might also emphasize Hedera's approach to regulatory compliance. So that's a good thing. It sounds like they're trying to work with the government, just like we talked about reserve rights, reserve protocol. They're basically trying to cross all their T's, dot all their I's, and get as regulated as humanly possible. They want to be regulated to be legitimized. Same thing for Hedera, since which they believe positions HBAR favorably, there you go, in an increasingly regulated crypto landscape. What's coming? Trump and his team. Trump's gone full crypto now. He's popped in Paul Atkins, nominated Paul Atkins as the SEC chairman. And Paul Atkins is all about regulating crypto. JD Vance, the vice president's in crypto big way. A lot of the team are now, and they're all about, we want to bring this into the fold. We want to make it regulated so it gets out there to the wider world, so that the wider world goes, it's not just scam coins and stuff, okay? So they're really trying to do it the right way, and it seems like Hedera is doing that similar thing. Passion of the community. They have hackathons, okay? The Hello Future hackathon, which is on at the moment, I believe, often cited as evidence of a vibrant and growing community. I have seen HBAR fanboys, and they're very fanboyish, which is a good thing. That's not a bad thing, right? Narrative of being undervalued. There's often a sentiment among fanboys of HBAR that it's undervalued compared to its potential, okay? That's pretty much it. That's the general overview for HBAR. For my HBAR people watching, add some wonderful context, okay? But now we're going to take a look at the price, and I don't know why, and I didn't ask, and you can provide that context, HBAR people. Why has the price, did some kind of news come out where HBAR had some kind of crazy good news, a big company coming out supporting it or adopting it, for example, and then in the last 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's gone from basically 4 cents to 40 cents. So it's basically nearly a 10 times in about 4 weeks. That is amazing. So now let's take a look at the pure technical analysis. I'm only going to be basing my take profit targets on that. I'm not basing my take profit targets on any kind of fundamental analysis, because it could shoot for the absolute moon, you know, get picked up by a whole bunch of corporations or whatever. Just looking at the technicals. So this is the Binance price. I'm going to use this one. This goes back to September of 2019. It's probably one of the best ones to use. It goes back a long way. So we've got when it was opened on the Binance price, it had a big dip. Okay, so 40 cents down to the low here of around about 1 cent. No, about 1 cent. Okay, I'm going to try this on Binance. I'm going to first do some Fibonacci, then I do some trend lines, do some horizontal lines of support and resistance. I also look at the relative strength index to indicate the general direction it might be going. Cool. And we'll talk about my take profit targets as well, as if I was getting into this myself, which I'm not, because I have too much crypto. I'm too exposed to too many. I don't want to spread myself too thin. So the high here and the low. What I'm first looking for to see if there are any levels of confluence in the Fibonacci from an obvious high and an obvious low, and preferably you want to take it, I do preferably want to take it from old highs and old lows. So I am going to take it from here, and Binance is the largest centralized exchange, okay? So many people, if they were using Fibonacci as well, they'd probably be looking at if they were doing technical analysis, they'd probably be using the Binance price. This high and this low, do we see any areas of confluence in future pricing? I do. Do you? Now, I might do a second Fibonacci to see if there's any better levels of confluence, but right now, what do we see? Okay, I think this is pretty much it, This is the one, okay? Why? Gee, from this old high and this old low, when we cracked back above and we found support and it's rough support, and it's pretty good though. This is on the weekly time frame. What do we talk about spikes? Spikes mean shit. It's all about closes, right? Although I will show you a spike in just a second. It did hit a Fibonacci level. But for support, we had a spike here. Where did we find support roughly on a weekly time frame? It closed here, opened here. It's finding support on the closes around about the 0.236 level between this high and this low. And that's at around about, 9 cents, 10 cents. So a little bit of support there. Where have we found a bit of resistance on the way up? Right there. Look at those couple of closes and this spike down here. That's around about your 0.382. There's nothing, this is the interesting thing about Fibonacci, right? There's nothing in this price action here that if you were here, right, and you didn't use Fibonacci, there's nothing to say, there's nothing that would indicate, oh, I'm going to find some resistance around about that 14, 15 cent level. Why? Because you wouldn't have this on, all right? So if you didn't have this on, just showing you the power of Fibonacci. If this was around about here and say, oh, I think the price is going to go higher, where's the next resistance level? Oh, probably up around here at the previous thing. On the way, is there any resistance levels? Oh, I can't really see any, but you do the Fibonacci and you go, ah, there could be some resistance levels around these Fibonacci levels. And what do you know? We find resistance and support levels there. Funny how that works, isn't it? So resistance around about that 14, 15 cent mark, a spike to roughly, or a spike roughly to that 19 cent level. And of course, the previous all-time high, you're going to find some resistance there. Consolidating closes, spikes only, and no closes above that resistance level of around about 37 US cents. And then when we finally did break through the all-time high, where did we spike at? The 1.618 Fibonacci level from this high and this low. So I'm going to call this most definitely the Fibonacci level to go with. Other levels of confluence, you've got that support level here at the 0.5 mark, right? It finally broke it, and then it was a quick move all the way back down, and then back into the between the 2.36 and the 0 area right there. So ranging in here. Where did we find resistance at? The 0.236. Where did we find more resistance? 0.236. Third time was a charm, and we cracked back up. Where did we find rough resistance at? 0.382. Okay, a spike up to almost previous resistance, which happened to be that Fibonacci level. Cool. That is definitely in play. And just in the last last month or so, we have cracked back up. Cracked it, found resistance around about there, and found support at around about there at your 23 cent mark. So this is definitely this is definitely the one. Okay, just giving you that quick history. So it's looking very positive for HBAR. The thing I would caution you with, if I were to caution you, is just to tell you, is HBAR, I don't know the answer, is HBAR potentially front running everything else? Okay, on the weekly time frame, we've already gone into extremely overvalued, and we're in December. We're at the traditional kind of little midway point from the halving to a little bit of a lull, and then into the final push in the next probably few months. Okay, anywhere between March and the end of this year will be the crypto peak for this cycle. Okay, is HBAR kind of front running it a little bit? We've already been extremely overvalued, although you can spend a lot of time in here. Okay, but look, a rising tide raises all ships, and I'm absolutely expecting a break of all-time high. Pretty much no doubt. If everything else is going up, HBAR is going to go up. So we'll take a look at those levels. On the monthly time frame, where are we? We've just gone into extremely overvalued. We've just peeked our head into extremely overvalued on the monthly time frame. So that means now you can spend a lot of time. We've peaked in there. A lot of people think, oh, we've just gone into extremely overvalued. It's going to peak here really, really soon. No, it can go hog wild once because it's gone into extremely overvalued. That can actually be the signal to go, oh man, every man and his dog is getting in. Okay, I think that's true for general crypto. Okay, so this is probably likely to go much higher from here. Let's take a look at those levels. I'll give you my interim levels as if I was looking at this for the first time. If I were looking at this for the first time, and we had have not been up here, I'll give you my getting interested and getting excited levels. And now these will become the levels you need to hold above. Okay, so for example, if we were somewhere down here, I would have called this here at 9 cents, call it 9.5 cents. 9.5 cents would have been the getting interested line. I'm now going to call it the line in sand. Okay, you really don't want to close below there. You start closing below there, good night, Irene. It's all over. That's the end of that. It's the end of the cycle for HBAR. we're not going back down to there, in my humble opinion. Probably not for a long time, if ever again. Okay, but just watch that 9.5 cents. If for some reason we start ticking over, you start getting it down to there, it starts closing below on a monthly time frame. That's not good for HBAR. We're not doing that. Okay, basically not. My getting excited line would have been, and it is. I am excited for HBAR, so it is technically. I'm excited for HBAR. I'm excited for HBAR holders. That is at 19 US cents. So I would say excited from here. Excited from here is 19 UN cents. It's great. It's broken this previous level. It's broken this major level of support here. Very clearly 19 US cents is a major resistance level that's finally broken through and so far held above, and that's great. And the final hurdle, now isn't this interesting? The final hurdle for new all-time highs coming very soon. As you always know, I pop it right here. Almost always, I pop it here at the 0.786. Where are we finding a little bit of resistance right now? At the 0.786. So that is, let's call it 29. I'm going to call it 30 cents just to be even, okay? 30 cents. Final hurdle, new all-time highs. Final hurdle for new all-time highs. Final hurdle for new all-time highs. Okay, we are finding a little bit of resistance right there. We've had 40 cents, a break above, and then a matching of that previous high right there. Let's pop on the weekly time frame. Here's the good news. We had a quick spike down, and so far we're just closing. If you can close the week above this level of 20, I'm going to call it technically 29. I'd preferably like to see it at 30 cents, but I'll call it 29 US cents. I'll probably have to be more exact. Sorry, 29 US cents. If you close above 29 US cents this week, that's very positive, okay? That would say while we're above 29 US cents for HBAR, the new all-time high is going to be, a new all-time high will be broken. I'm 99.9% positive because, again, crypto in general is, I think, going to continue to go up as far as I'm aware. Then it will, okay? But just watch for 29 US cents. You really, just for that extra confirmation, you want to start closing weeks and months above it, okay? We did close last week above it, and that was a very positive sign, okay? So it's just a little dip, and probably onwards and upwards we go. So now let's talk about higher prices. And this is where the HBAR fanboys, the holders, the hodlers, might start to go, you're insane, bro. It's going to go way higher than that. Yes, you could be right. What I'm talking about is, for me, if I were getting into HBAR, where would I be looking to take some profits in order to make some damn money, okay? To provide for my family, to get rich, all that kind of stuff, okay? And I like to be a little bit conservative, all right? So I'll start with my take profit ones, okay? Well, I really can't now because we're back here. So I can't really cast in hindsight, can I? But I will say, out of interest, if I had have gotten in here gotten in above the getting interested line, or now the line in the sand, at around about, let's say I got in around about 10 cents, I would have started taking some profits somewhere between 20 cents and the final hurdle. Okay, somewhere between 20 cents and 30 cents, I personally would have started taking a little bit of profit off the table. Why? Because you want to recoup your initial investment. You don't want to hold your bags forever. You're not married to your bags. You need to take some money out, take your initial investment out, and then free ride the rest. And then it's all gravy, right? It's all free money. But let's say I didn't do that. What are the next major profit-taking areas? For me, I mean, look, I've got to talk about percentages. If I can see, and I can see a lot of cryptos going up at least another, altcoins in particular, at least another 400-500%, okay? Some will 10 bag it. Some might even 100 bag it from here in a massive crypto bull run over the next few months, okay? But let's talk conservative. Number one, we're at 30 cents right now, roughly. Okay, $1 HBAR is dead easy. So it's at least going to be there. Now, gee, what do you know? That's at the 2.618 Fibonacci right there. Is at around about 95 US cents. Okay, that's dead easy. $1 HBAR is no problem. I'm actually going to ignore that. I'm going to say it's a take profit though, okay? Yeah, I won't ignore it. I'm going to put it in as a TP1, okay? TP1, whatever percentage that is for you, okay? And I'm going to call it I'll call it 95 cents, and I won't call it $1 because a lot of people, because the dollar is the magical psychological value for all fucking crypto that's below $1. It's always this to $1, this to $1, this to $1. You may see that as some kind of psychological value, and some people will probably front run it, and they'll front run it at around about your 95, 96, 97, 98 cent mark. Okay, so that's why your TP1 is at 95 cents. What percentage? I don't know, you do you. But if you've been down in here, if you've been buying hashgraph HBAR down here, if your average cost is anywhere below 10 cents or below, and you're not selling a little bit at a 10 times move, I'm sorry, you don't know how to do trading or investing, okay? You're a fool. Sorry, you're a fool if you're not taking some kind of profits at a 10 bagger, okay? What we say here is you should be taking, preferably, you should be taking out your initial investment, selling half at double, all right? If your average cost is 10 cents and you're still riding it all at 30 cents, maybe even consider taking a bit off the table now, just in case. But look, if you're really bullish on HBAR, at least I would suggest taking some profits, maybe a little bit. Take out your initial investment. If you put $5,000 here as your average, if your average cost is 10 cents and you put $5,000 in, take $5,000 out at the take profit one at around about $1. Do that for me, will you? That'd be good. But this is going higher than $1. If the crypto bull run is going to go as high as people think it reasonably can. I'm going to put on a vertical line. I'm going to talk about price in time as well on the monthly time frame. I'm going to put the vertical line here at, where are we? April of 2025. Why? Many people, myself included, think that you could start to have a bit of a peak in not all crypto, but the end of this next quarter, the end of Q1, so the end of March. Okay, so I'm going to put that time frame there. What's a reasonable price within 3 months in a bull market? Okay, let's give you an example. This is the 2021 bull market. Okay, so what did this do? This went from 3 cents to 30, 40 cents. Let's call that a 1,200% move. Okay, cool. That's in a 3-month period at the peak. If you want, we could do that and take it from there. Well, that takes it, gee, where does it take it to? That takes it to the all-time high. No, let's take it from another 3 months from here, roughly. You could easily get to, very easily, in a crypto bull run, you could very easily get to here in HBAR. You're talking $4. That would be a decent move. So I'm going to put, just to be safe, I'm going to put a profit-taking area, a major profit-taking area, somewhere between, I'm going to say somewhere between $2.40 to $4. Okay, you might want to be taking some more profits along the way, but that's going to be my major profit-taking area. Does that mean you sell out completely? No, but you take probably a bulk of your profits at around about there. Okay. There's your major profit-taking area. So let me see. Do I want to put in a larger range? Give me a minute. Let me have a think. Yeah, I'm going to break my rule, and I'm going to say it's a decent area, isn't it? It's $1. No, okay, that's like a 100% move. So no, I'll put it there at $2.50 to $4. Cool. Right there. Let me pop it in. $2.50 to $4. $4 major profit taking. Do HBAR fans think it could go higher than this? Absolutely. Of course they do. And should you be selling out of your bag completely? Absolutely not. Never sell out of your bag 100%. If it gets up into this range, I would consider, I'm just going to put it in just so you can see it. I'm going to put a take profit 2 here at about $1.50. Okay. Just so it's written in there so nobody can have a go at me later on. Take profit 2. Consider taking some extra profits at around about your $1.50 mark. Okay, $1.50, a small percentage, whatever that is for you, do that. Major profit taking area at $2 to $4. Could it shoot to $10, $20, $100 HBAR? Of course it could. Okay, we don't know where it's going to go exactly, but you want to be prudent. You want to be smart about it. You are doing it for your family. You're doing it for your future family. Okay, you're trying to set up your future. And you want to take profits off the table. Major profit area, $2.50 to $4 US dollars for HBAR. And keep a bag in case it goes higher than that. But around about here, this time frame, this could go out a little further to, anywhere from October to December roughly. That's your major profit taking area, $2.50 to $4. That is HBAR. Again, for my for HBAR fanboys, and it's not a derogatory term. It's a good term. Love the fanboys of it. I'm a fanboy for reserve. I'm a fanboy for everything I'm in. For the fanboys, if you think this is a crazy analysis and you think you can go much higher, post a comment below now and tell me the reasons why. Okay, don't just tell me you're crazy. It's going to shoot to $10. Great. Tell me the reasons why and tell everyone to inform us. Okay, be helpful. Okay, that is HBAR. Let's do some comments and we'll get out of here. Let's see, people. Oh, circa. Yeah, got it. 962 subscribers. That's right. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll be doing a giveaway of 1 or 2 ounces of silver. This particular silver ounce is going to a lucky, very lucky subscriber, okay, to YouTube. And I might let Tony be the final the fire sayer on this. I don't know if you had your opinion on this, Tony, the other day, because I don't think you were here. Should I be including, I know what YouTube people are going to say, but should I be including my Twitter, my X followers as part of the draw? Okay, do we do it so do I add my 2,800, 2,900 followers to the nearly 1,000 subscribers? Or do I keep it at YouTube only? I know what the answer is going to be. But when we get to 1,000 subscribers, a giveaway of a silver ounce, a real physical silver ounce, real money that's been money for thousands of years, okay? That's going to a lucky subscriber anywhere within the world. You will get it posted to you for free. It'll be some kind of entry that you have to, a draw that you have to enter into. So it's not just picking a random people from 3,000. Or 1,000, out of 1,000 people, if I kept it to YouTube only, and if I do the entry, maybe 10% of those people will probably enter the draw. So it might be you have a 1 in 100 chance. It could be 1 in 200 chance. You never know, all 1,000 people could enter. But still, it's a pretty decent chance, okay, that one of you will pick up this awesome silver coin. Only 38 subs to the 1,000 giveaway. Yes, absolutely. Nakas O'Reilly says 1 kilo, 1,000 of silver giveaway. No. Let's see. Final comments and then we'll get out of here. What exchanges do people in Australia use for crypto? You've got SwiftX. You've got CoinJar. Now, CoinJar has a proper exchange as well. CoinJar is like Coinbase in the States. An Australian can use Coinbase. But CoinJar is one. It's a phone app and a desktop app, and they also have a proper exchange, buy orders, sell orders, that kind of thing too. The liquidity is less, but it's just like a, press button, buy Bitcoin kind of thing. I like Bybit because of the coins on there. KuCoin, if it's not on Bybit, yes. I do like those, but Australian-based you were talking about. But Australians can use Bybit, Australian can use KuCoin, etc. Looking into DS Digital Surge. Okay, they just did an update on the webpage and it seems to be a good, easy exchange to use for new users. Oh, good to know. Thank you for that. Let's see. Knackers, all depends if you like leverage or not. I do not. I play leverage generally at 10 times. Oof. Bybit is great for that. It is. And then KuCoin for spot pricing is another reason as well. Yep, I have learned my lesson with leverage trading. That's all I will say. Oof. Don't leverage trade, people. Be very careful if you're leverage trading. Gee, I love the good-hearted souls in this community. We are fantastic, aren't we? Exactly. Use an exchange that best suits your trading objectives, skill set, and understanding of trading crypto. I'm at the basic entry level and risk-taking level. Knackers, do not trade on leverage. Do not. Let's see. You can't find my email address, Neil. Well, Get rid of... where did that... What? gmstackers@gmail.com. gmstackers@gmail.com. If you were asking me, Neil, for my email address, it is that one right there. gmstackers@gmail.com. If you want to send me a thing. Tony Peason says, with crypto, I'm at the you can't teach an old dog new tricks level. Lance says, great way to go, mate. Love seeing people keen to get into other forms of investing. Yes, I try to show my friends how to diversify, and they are so not interested. No. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. As tempting as it is, I said I'd never go back. As tempting as it is, I said I'd never go back based on principles, and I must stick to them. Last few weeks, been thinking where I'd be now if I'd held my crypto. Oh, okay, so you're not in crypto anymore. But you're sticking to your principles. That's fine. Financially is one view, but health, yes. That's why I do not trade on leverage anymore. That was not good for my health. You try to be the comedic relief. You're everything. You're chat mum. You're the comedic relief. You're the voice of reason, Tony. We love you. Yep. It may be too anxious and want to check the price too often. PTSD from the crash, which wiped out my investment. Yep. The other thing is I see it as the devil's money. Okay. Too easy when it's good, but when it goes bad, ooh. Yeah, I do agree with that. Stick with spot is the best way to go. You know, Bitcoin's your gold of the crypto world, you know. It's a good community all, and Joe is a very genuine guy holding it together. I'm trying my best. And I'm also, what I'm doing, and I hope you guys appreciate this, and I hope you guys are okay with it, I am bringing, and this is my absolute goal, to bring the gold stacking, precious metal stacking, and crypto stacking world together, because we're fond, firm friends. A lot of us go, oh, crypto sucks, and others go, gold sucks, it's a relic. It's like, no, guys, we're much more, we have much more in common than we do differences. Joe is a legend, and all the chat fam, that's so true. Let's see, running over time. Great to see Joe dumped his platinum mistress and has a new crypto side piece to spark his interest. Yeah. That sounds gross. I'll put it in another way. Not Lucy. Platinum I will probably be in again at some point. Okay, it's just not right now. Not right now. I've got some other floozies on the go in the crypto side of things. Kind of miss crypto, but as I said, must keep my promise to myself. Good on you, LAM. Good idea. In my humble, you should, Joe, in terms of keeping it to the YouTube subscribers only, as they're a loyal watchers too, but just on another. Oh, hang on. In my humble, you should, Joe, as they are loyal watchers too, but just on another platform. Oh God, I love you, Tony. Tony said, branch it out to the rest of the followers on X as well. I think that's a good idea. You're always taking the high road, and I love it, Tony. That's great. Do a special one for X. Yeah, maybe I will do that. We'll see. On second thoughts, you could do mine. You could do your coin that you donated for UT, and Pete's is the giveaway for the other platform. That's a good call. Looks like I missed some news on giveaways. What's the score, guys? Well, giveaway for 1,000 at the 1,000 subscriber mark. A giveaway of silver, as we did at 500. And I'll figure out what I'm going to do for the rest. Only 38 more subs to go to reach 1,000. And Nakazara just says, no, don't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. We've been running 1 hour and 20, having an absolutely cracker time. What else do we need to know? It's the end of the week, and it's coming up to that Christmas period. As you know, I'll let you know, through the Christmas period, I'm aiming to do this show every single day, every single weekday, probably except for Christmas Day, probably not, because, my kids will be up at 4 a.m. and then we're doing the whole Christmas thing, but probably Boxing Day, maybe New Year's Day, I may not, but I might, because it's technically a weekday. So I'm probably going to be going almost through all of Christmas, because why wouldn't I? It's my GMS family. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been Good Morning Stackers for Friday the 13th of December 2024. And of course, the very last thing we do is we dance it out, people. This has been Good Morning Stack. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Good Morning Stack. We get that wrong. Podcast time. Grab it. Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Let's do the Synchronised Slurp. In 3, 2, 1. Slurp it. Good Morning Stack. Oh yeah. Thank you, X. Thank you, YouTube. Stay safe, stay informed, have a great week, and I will see you on Monday. Have a good one.